Indeed, she alleges that there was non-cooperation on the part of the director. That is absolutely inaccurate. And I will say that because, as I understand it, officers who were doing the audit kept asking officers in immigration for documentation. And their response was, it is with the director or is it with the minister? There is a protocol in government for communication, man. It's called memorandums. The Auditor General, when her officers reported that to her, should have written to the director formally to request, or written to the ministry. Now, I understand from the director that there was no such correspondence written to her to request any documentation. I understand that from her. I can categorically say there was none written to the ministry, because there was no correspondence to me saying we needed documents A, B, and C, which we understand are in your custody or the custody of the CEO. There was no such correspondence. When the Auditor General did write to me, of course, I immediately responded and said, oh no, we give you maximum cooperation. And if there is an issue with getting documentation, please forward that to the CEO, who will facilitate forthwith. And that was done.
When they tried to exercise their rights with the department, they were rebuffed. An action led by no less than the director herself, according to the report. Mrs. Marin consistently found ways to evade requests made by the auditor, by the audit department for access to these records. According to the report, she would tell them to go to the minister, who would send them back to the department, even when the minister indicated that they would comply with the directive. It was not done.
It says in the Auditor General's report, we were left with a promise that it would have been gotten from him, Godwin Hulse. All those registers, all those records. And I quote again, as the Auditor General laments, it was later revealed by Gordon Wade and Adi Pacheco that after they checked with Maria Marin, Minister Hulse is the one who had the records, and that she would request the records from him. She goes on to state, to date, we have not received these vital records that would have assisted us in our investigation. So Godwin Hulse, sir, you need to come to the nation and say, where are these records, these very vital records that your own Auditor General says you have denied her access